right, if loving you is wrong, fans, show this video some love and hit the thumbs up button. Let's try to get to 200 likes. This is one of the more anticipated videos of any show I review, specifically Tyler Perry ones. Who will die in the mid-season finale? Who will die in the season finale? But in this case, unfortunately, it's a twofer. Who's going to die in not only the season 5 finale, but also the series finale. Boom. Who will kick the bucket? Now, I actually listed out, I want to say around 20 characters, and I'm going to name them really quickly. And on the screen, I'll probably have a little collage of different people who I think are the most likely to die. But I have, and I'm going to tell you the list because I actually listed them out. Marcy, Alex, Natalie, Kelly, Esperanza, Randall, Eddie, Brad, Lucian, Rick, Larry, Ian, Terrell, Micah, Justice, Peter / Paisley, Alex's baby. I kind of omitted Natalie's kids. Then we have Pat, Terrell. Oh, sorry, I had Terrell twice. Sorry. Pat, Steven, Tanya, Bennett. And I didn't mention Dr. Raston because I don't think we'll see her unless she randomly pops up at the hospital, because we know Larry, Mandy, and Ian are there. And then in parentheses, I, labeled the characters I think who are most likely to die. So on screen, you should see 6: Esperanza, Randall, Eddie, Ian, Micah, Tanya. Esperanza and Eddie, I'm questioned on how this is going to turn out because, to be honest, based on the episode trailer, I think one of the final scenes of the episode will possibly be where we see Steven, Natalie, Lucian, Eddie, and Esperanza at Esperanza's house. And in that scene, we kind of see random guys walking around. After thinking about it some more, those are probably FBI agents or police, investigating to see if there are any clues of who took Micah, because that was the scene of the crime. So those random people walking around, probably other agents doing their job. We see Eddie and Esperanza going back and forth. Earlier in the trailer, we have Esperanza telling Natalie that if something happens to my little girl, I'm dead. Eddie's like, you did this. You're the one who drove our daughter crazy. And then there's a scene where it looks like, Lucian is cradling Natalie and Natalie is shocked. And then Steven and Lucian grab Esperanza. Is it because, one of them hits the other? Or do you think somebody shoots? Like, does Eddie shoot himself? Does Esperanza shoot and kill Eddie? But given the fact that Esperanza is being held back by Steven and Lucian, I guess you could say that something happened to Eddie. So I would say that of these two characters, the synopsis is Eddie's poor decisions lead to cost the lives of others. That could mean Eddie does some killing or people die because of Eddie. We also see in the trailer that Eddie ambushes Ian, I'm guessing in the parking lot of the hospital, tases him and saying that he wants to know where his daughter is. Does Ian die? Well, that leads into the next person, Randall. Some people are questioning whether or not Randall is dead. I did a very brief video. I think Randall's dead, guys. I really think Randall's dead. And if Brad and Marcy Marcy switches clothes with Alex and she has the bloody dress on, that would be bad for Alex, because Ian was one of the few people, along with Steven and I think Lucian from the car, he was looking outside and saw Alex in the car, knew that Alex wasn't wearing a blue dress that obviously doesn't fit her exactly that well when she was dropped off by Ian. So the story isn't going to add up. Ian and Steven took her back home, and then Ian was the one that picked her up from the bar knowing she was intoxicated and drugged, so she wouldn't be capable of doing what Marcy did to Randall. So if Ian happens to unfortunately die, which I hope he doesn't, because that would be jacked up, Ian might die. Eddie might go off the deep end. If Ian doesn't answer the questions the way he wants him to, then that's a wrap for Ian. And by extension, that will be one big major witness to testify in favor of Alex. Like, hey, Alex didn't do that, because she was in no condition to do so. And then we get to the other person. I have parentheses, Micah. Honestly, I think Micah's dead, because at the beginning of the episode, Larry said, do it, kill her. But then he also says in the trailer for next week to tell Mandy to focus and make sure it's done, make it bloody. I don't think this is in reference to Micah. I think Micah is dead, guys. Already dead. I think this might be in reference to him getting revenge on Eddie. That's what I'm thinking. Like Larry's going to have Mandy focus and take out Eddie once and for all. So that's what I think. I think Micah and Randall are definitely dead already. Well, technically, I think Randall will die at the beginning of next week's episode because the end was when Marcy began to beat him to potentially to death. Micah should have died at the beginning of last week's episode. Tanya, I don't think she will die because she is in, I guess you could say, professional custody right now. But I just wanted to throw her name out there. I don't think Bennett's going to die either. So that's really my list of who I think will most likely potentially die in the episode. Between Eddie and Esperanza, it's a toss. Ian, I pray he doesn't die because I want him to start his own firm, press charges against Larry and everything. And no, I don't think Larry's going to die either. He's in the hospital. Because if he was going to die, I think Eddie would have done it. Which honestly, I think he would have if Mandy didn't take out her gun and start shooting at him. So, well, also you could make up the argument. Well, Mandy is supposed to focus and have Eddie taken out. So what if in the midst of Esperanza and Eddie arguing back and forth at the house, somebody just a drive-by occurs and Eddie shot through the window, and then that's why Lucien and Steven grab Esperanza. I don't know, but with that being said, those are my thoughts of who will potentially die in the finale. If there's anyone in the list that I did, or excuse me, if there's anyone in the video I didn't mention and you think that, Jeremy, what do you think about so-and-so dying? I'm like, I don't think so. But, well, excuse me, I wouldn't say I don't think so. Maybe I honestly forgot to list a certain person down. But let me know who you think will kick the bucket. I really think that as of right now, Randall and Micah are already dead. And then the question between Eddie and Esperanza, we'll just have to wait and see. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. The last big video like this about the show. Follow me on social media. Subscribe if you're new. Social media links are in the description below. Hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out when I post new content. Also, if you haven't done so already, definitely follow me on here. Hit subscribe. I want to say it over and over again because I don't want you to miss out when I post new stuff. Greenleaf is coming up, and the trailer breakdown for that is coming this weekend. Also, you could donate to the channel if you would like on PayPal or Patreon, or, if you want to hit me up on Cash App, I'd really appreciate it as well. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you later.